Good morning everybody, morning YouTube. So first of all, we've got a busy day today. I've got a dentist appointment, luckily, because somehow I ended up cracking my tooth on some 5-piece chicken select meals from McDonald's. I'm touching it right now, it feels really weird. So I've got a dentist appointment, but today is the day I can get the S13 back on the road, a few things, and do something I've wanted to do since I've been driving the car. So first of all, I mean, loads of stuff has been coming this week. We've got to go to the post office where one thing needs to be delivered. I think it's my R8 coal packs that are at the post office. So my R8 coal packs are here, my ECU is here, my wiring loom is going to be coming tomorrow. It's looking like we're going to be having some big power in a few weeks time. I'm absolutely buzzing my tits off. The only thing I need to wait to come is the MAF sensor, Z13 MAF sensor, and also just need to get some injectors, but I can get any injectors that just fit that Nissan wiring plug, even Mitsubishi Evo ones do. So yeah, we're going to go on the way to the dentist now, and my pistons have arrived. Oh, this could be my seal kit actually. Oh shit, I actually forgot about that. If this thing, oh shit, I forgot about that actually. I've got the pistons, but I've not got the seals yet. Never mind, I'm going to pause the video here. When I've done the dentist, I'm going to pick up my camera at the post office and see what it actually is. If it's not the seals, then the S13 is not going to be back on the road today. But we've got something else to install. I've installed it. I've not installed one of these for quite a few years, to be fair. But yeah, let's just see how the day goes, because I'm a bit confused now. Because I've just been to the post office, and these are my they're my R8 coal packs, which look sick, guys. They're all red and like super big. Anyway, I mean, that's good news that they're here. But I'm thinking, where the hell am I? Where the hell's my rebuild kit? I ordered that like first thing out of everything. But then I'm thinking, it's only a small package, so it might be in my letterbox at home. So let me go and check the letterbox. Let's go to ADS and just change over the pistons, because in the old pistons, they have a circlip and like a little screwing thing, which obviously screws into the caliper. New pistons don't come with that, you got to swap them over, and I've not got decent circlip pliers. So let's go to the garage and get those changed over. So just pop down to ADS, thank you guys. We have a circlip tool here. So here are the old pistons. They have this little circlip inside them. It's holding this little unit, and that's basically what clamps the piston. That's what screws into the caliper. So we just need to transfer this and that circlip over to this. This is so fiddly. So you have these 4 washers that pop out in this specific order. So I'm going to lay them out for myself just in case I forget. So this one goes on top, then this one, then that one, and that one goes on the bottom, so that one is facing down on top of this thing. And then with a bit of fiddling, this pops out, and we have a O-ring there, which I believe the new kit comes with as well. So we need to change that O-ring, pop that in there, put these back, and then the new circlip. So it's very awkward indeed, but I might just run home and get the new kit actually and come and do it here. So I've just run home and these were in post. So we've got our rebuild kit with our new circlips. These are in JDN Garage, and the pistons are a company called Big Red. So if you see like rebuild kits on eBay, it's usually Big Red. They're actually really good, but I didn't realise. Well, I didn't realise I needed the pistons, so I got this first, a lot of pistons, then realised I needed. Anyway, long story short, let's get this kit out. There's a lot of seals in here, I'm not going to lie, so it's just about mixing and matching. So I've got the seals, so I'm doing it by caliper. So we've got the inner one, the dust boot around the piston, sliders. I don't know what these are for, I'm not sure, we'll find out. Bleed nipple tap. These are the 2 which go on here, which you just took off. So they go on there. There's a couple more in here, but I'm not entirely sure what they are for. In the bottom of the caliper, there are 2 more circlips in here, and a couple more rings. In the bottom of the piston, there's a circlip down there, and as you can see, circlip in there. Most people leave that because apparently it's a bitch, because these are in the way. You can't get proper circlip pliers in, so I won't be able to get them in. So most people leave that bottom bit and just do the top bit. So I'm going to do that because it seems fine. So let's just do this bit. Okay, so we're back and we have the calipers here. I didn't fully show rebuilding them, so I've done it before. I've done it quite recently in a video doing the fronts, but these were by far the hardest ones I've rebuilt. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of moving parts in there. there's a lot of moving parts in there with those washers and stuff, and very fiddly with the C-clips, the circlips, and also pushing the pistons in was a bit hard as well. They weren't gripping that easily. Push ones are way easier than winding ones, but nonetheless we've done it. So we need to get these on the car pretty quick. We're not going to do a whole video doing this because you've seen me putting brakes on and off 100 times. So yeah, I'm just going to just put these back on the car, put the brake lines in, get them bolted up. We have got some more seals for the slides and stuff which we will use. But yeah, let's just get it on and we'll see you back in a sec. So there we go, the brakes are on. Just got it idling and we started it, and I forgot that I didn't put the PCV valve in. It was making a horrible noise. It was like a huge vacuum leak from the PCV valve there, so I need to go and buy a bolt. So I keep forgetting about it. I need to go and find a bolt. It's a weird thread. So we need to find a hose to run off that, and we also need to find a to blunt that PCV valve. Let's do the other mod that we had in stock, and let's hope we have time to go and get a couple of those things. But this is good news because the brakes are on. Yes. And the smarter people in comments would have realised we have not bled the brakes. We do need to bleed the brakes. I've got some brake fluid inside. When my neighbour gets home, I want to just press the brakes for me while we bleed those two back ones again. That'll do. But for the time being, it's not that important. Let's fit the thing that I really want to fit. It is a boost gauge. Yes, a boost gauge. Now, there is a reason why I'm so bothered about fitting one of these. It's not just because they're obvious you want to know what boost you're running. Well, actually it is. It's exactly that. It's exactly that obvious. I want to know what boost I'm running, but not just because I'm trying to be cool and put it here out the window for everyone to see that I'm turboed. There is an actual reason why, and that actual reason why is these should be 180 horsepower-ish. 170-ish. 160, 170, whatever. Less than 200 horsepower, okay? I don't forget this weighs about 1,000 kilos, this car, I would reckon. I'm going to get it weighed just to see how much exactly it weighs. There was like a weigh thing around the corner, but I'm going to guess about 1,000 kilos, okay? That's actually not that slow if you think about it on power to weight. And when I'm going to be going 350 in a few weeks, that's going to be fucking quick. But I want to make sure that it's running the standard boost pressure, because I have an ECU in there, which is the standard ECU and the standard injectors. Now it does feel quite boosty, considering it should only be running like 8 to 10 psi. It does feel quite boosty. So if it's over boosting and my ECU isn't adjusting for that fuel, there's a possibility I might be running quite lean, and that's not good for the engine. The best way to do is we put an AFR gauge in there, but an AFR gauge is expensive and a pain to fit if you've not got a bung already welded into the exhaust. So we're going to do a boost gauge. It's easy to fit and it's cheap, and we're going to see what boost we're running. If we're running 8 to 10 psi, I should be, that means I can be pretty confident doing it some sends and beating its head in, to be fair. But if it's running more boost than that, if it's someone's put a bigger wastegate spring or something in the turbo, or maybe even that turbo's bigger, I don't fully know, you know. You know, not really much was told me about this car. Maybe it's got a bigger turbo in there, I don't really know. I know it's a T25 housing, but you can put T28 internals in there, which is what we're going to do. We're going to put a hybrid inside there. But I want to know it's running 10 psi, because if it's running more than that and my fueling isn't adjusting for it, then that's not good for the engine. So let's fit this boost gauge. So there's two different types of boost gauges. You can get an analog or a digital boost gauge. This one is more like an analog one. It is a digital gauge. So it's a digital gauge. I don't know if it sweeps and stuff. The vacuum line goes straight into the back of the boost gauge, and obviously the vacuum then just sends the needle up and down. The digital ones are a little bit more reliable. You have a shorter distance for the air to travel, and then it's just sending it electronically to this. But these are cheap and they work. Oh no, I'm in my neighbour's spot! But yeah, let's install it. Now, I don't have a multimeter, so I'm going to do this the ghetto way, which is go for the lowest fuse possible, because that's what we're going to be controlling the least important stuff. Wrap it around and then put it back in, turn the key. If it comes on, great. If it goes off, even better. Woo! So if you had a car that wasn't a shit box, I would suggest just spending the extra money and getting the digital one, because trying to run a vacuum line through a hole in the firewall of a new car is a lot harder. Trust me, it's a lot harder. But this thing has got fucking holes everywhere in the firewall, so I'm not worried about it. So I just pushed it through a hole, it came out down here, and there it is. See this one here? There's quite a few like vacuum nipples on this car. So there was one here. We're just going to run it straight off that because it was plumbed and it was blocked. Okay, so there's a fuse box down here, just in the just where the pedals are. They're all like quite big fuses, so I'm going to get a fuse box diagram up online. Yep, so I've just wrapped it around the fuse thing. We are ghetto, you should really get a piggyback fuse, but for testing purposes and probably for the life purposes, I'm just going to keep it there. If I can be bothered to get a piggyback fuse one day, I will do it. So let's bang that in there, and then let's just ground this to something, and hopefully it doesn't come on. And hopefully when we turn the key, it will come on. So let's ground. Oh no, that's constant power, so let's not go. We need to find another one. Okay, so we're in a fuse here, and it says it's a rear window fogger. So the key's off, keys on, keys off, keys on. Perfect. Right, so it's plumbed in. I actually forget how goddamn annoying doing that is. Jesus Christ, but it's plumbed in. It's here. So it's plumbed in. It's just sat there. The wiring looks a bit tacky at the minute, but first of all, we have power to it, which is awesome. So it's working, but not really going to get any boost pressure while we're sat here idling, but at least we've got one now, and it is in bar. Should have got PSI, but I need to, obviously you can convert it, it's not too bad. To me it seems not very good. I wish I got a digital one. But we'll have to find out when we're actually coming on boost when we're driving. So yeah, let's see if we can just put the rear wheels on, get everything back together, and see if we can get to a shop and get some like 10mm hose for the breather, and see if we can get a bolt as well. I'm not sure even, I don't even know where to look out for a bolt like that. Do I know a hardware shop? Okay, so the wires are all tidied up-ish. The sticky thing was absolutely terrible, so I've just screwed it into the dash. People are going to be like, oh my god, that might be worth fucking 25 quid in 16 years. I don't care. I wish I cared, but I don't. I just want the car working for myself, fuck the next person. I'm going to have to ask my neighbour to come down and see if she can press the brakes. So we're going to bleed the rear brakes real quick. A few people did say I should put the catch can on the cold side, and maybe that is something I should look into for the time being. But if you think about it, the original catch can lines go from there to the intake. So Nissan weren't too bothered about it, because it literally goes from there to there, and it literally went right over the manifold. So Nissan weren't too bothered about it, so for the time being it should be okay. But thank you for that comment. I will keep an eye on it and maybe switch it over there in due time. Wow, there's tons of air. Get up, down. Okay, so it's literally just started pissing it down. So I've ordered another braided line, just like the ones we've got from the catch cam. I've ordered one of those off eBay. I couldn't really find anything that would have been suitable. I need something that's like oil resistant and like high temperature resistant. So I couldn't really find a shop that sold anything close by, so I thought I'll just order it off the internet. It'll be a couple of days. So I've got another braided line. We're quickly going to run to B&Q because I've tried a few nuts on this PCV valve, and it seems like it's not as a fine thread as I thought it would be. So I think we'll go to B&Q and I think we'll find a bolt for this PCV valve, just like that, because at the minute it's just sucking in air from the engine bay, and that's really not good. It's unfiltered, unmaffed air. Can't really spend too much longer on the car. I don't think I've got time to spend any more time in the car because I'm driving back home tonight. You absolute dickheads, honestly. So hopefully B&Q have got a bolt, and then we just need to wait for the thing, and then we can go for a drive. So right now I can't really drive it. I can't really drive it out of PCV valve or blocked to PCV valve, and I don't really like the fact that he's chucking out all like the extra oil vapor onto the manifold pretty much. So quick, go to B&Q. I don't know what time it shuts off. It shuts at 5. I'm fuming. And he's going to pick up my shoes in the office, and we're going down to Manchester. Right, wish me luck, peeps. Oh, there's a dog in there. Hi. Straight in, straight out. They only go up to N12. This is an M14. It literally looks like an M14 1.25, which again is an awkward fucking size. But then again, it might be an M14 1.5, which is a normal size. So many different bolts, so little time. But that is going to be the end of the video here, because I'm going to go and get some stuff in the office, and I need to get some fuel. I need to pack, and then I need to leave within the next
hour and a half or so. So I love you all. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep up to date with the S13. I cannot wait to watch the modifications that I've just bought. We've got ECUs, callbacks, big things, big turbos. Cannot wait to have like 350 horsepower. Honestly, it's going to happen in the next few weeks, guys. 350 brake in a car that weighs that little. Holy shit, it's going to be hilarious. So I love you all, and we'll see you in the next one.